Hi everybody, this is week one, your welcome video, and I thought I would just kick off a video by welcoming all of you here. It sounds like we have over 80 people in this program, so I am going to do my best to respond to each and every one of you. If you have questions, please let me know. But more of a welcome video to start today. I am at home right now. The dishwasher's running. I have kids in the basement playing, so I just wanted to come to you very authentically. These videos will be short and sweet, all under 5 minutes, but to kind of prepare you for the week ahead. Now, because this is week one, what I'd really like to do is, again, just welcome all of you here, put a face to the name, and please ask questions as we go throughout our time together. Each week there'll be a question that I'll pose to you after you read the chapter. But if anything comes up between, the chapters, or if you have a question on anything specifically, please ask. I'm an occupational therapist. I've been working in the schools as an educational consultant now for the past 3 years. But prior to that, I was hired as an OT for the district, and through my time, I really started to recognize the high levels of stress in teachers, counselors, therapists, but also in our students. And because our kids are changing, I think our education system and our schools need to change. They need to adapt. And one of the ways that I found so many benefits in relating to students in a new way was by changing myself. One example I'll give you is a little boy who, would always come to OT and work one-on-one with me, but he was a little challenging. And I remember recognizing my own thoughts one day about this little boy that, oh, here comes, Bobby or whatever. And that wasn't fair to him. So what I recognized that I needed to do, and this is a great takeaway for all of you, is children mirror the nervous systems of the adults around them. And we'll dive a little bit more into this when we start the book, but mirror neurons are real. So knowing that our kids respond to our energy was huge. So here's this little boy who I'm getting nervous about working with him because I know he's a little harder to handle. And the deeper I dove into mindfulness and education and how I could positively impact others, it all began with me. So week one, I really want you to focus on embodiment, meaning if you are brand new to the practice, reading through chapter one will really help you to understand what mindfulness is, how it can be beneficial in your life and in the lives of the students that you work with. But it really begins with us, the adults in their lives. Because they have limited life experiences, kids are looking to us to know how to respond in times of stress. So you are the greatest therapeutic tool for your students. So my hope is that as you go throughout the chapter this week and as you read and as you are practicing, that you really recognize all we can ever do is change ourselves. We can't change anybody else. So using mindfulness in hopes to have a really zen classroom, right? Although that may be a result, is going about it the wrong way. So my hope is that we can recognize our own patterns, our own triggers, and disrupt that. Be a disruptor. Know that you can change. The brain is amazing, and that will be something we cover in the book as well as neuroplasticity. We can change our brain. We can change our thoughts. We can change our behavior. And as we know, behavior is just communication, right? How we behave and act is directly related to our inner world. So for me, mindfulness was this way to really connect with what was going on inside and to notice some of my repeating thoughts, positive or negative, or just some patterns that I had in my life. So there isn't one facet of my life that I don't feel mindfulness has impacted positively. But again, it came with practice. Just like if we were to go to the gym and let's say we were lifting weights for a day, right? Working on our arm strength. That one day of working on our arms wouldn't provide much change at all, right? We may notice we're a little sore the next day, but if we don't continue to practice and strengthen, we won't notice any results. The same is true with your mindfulness practice. So my hope is that even just for this week, maybe do a silent 60, which is just setting a timer on your phone finding a space in your home that's quiet, right, where you can be and just breathe for 1 minute. And in chapter 1, I believe it'll dive a little more deeply into this, but your practice is so important. So if you've never practiced any form of meditation before, it's okay. You're not alone and you're not doing it wrong. Just remember that when people sit, and even if it's just for a minute, they think, oh, this is silly. What am I supposed to do? And whether your eyes are closed or not, we always feel, and this is human nature, that we should be doing other things. Oh, there's a million other things I should be doing. I should do this and I should do that. Give yourself that minute, and it may not seem like much, but anytime we consciously breathe for 1 minute or more, we're reversing the physiological response to stress in the body. So this is all very fascinating for me, and I hope it is for you too, that we can feel better, and when we feel better, we do better. And that's the big overarching message, I think, of this 7-week program, is that as teachers and educators and therapists and counselors, this is a form of self-care. And by taking good care of yourself, refilling your well, we're able to help those around us and not burn out or experience compassion fatigue. And especially for you first-year teachers, my hope is that this is inspiring to you. And please reach out if you have questions. I said I was going to keep this short, but I see I'm over 6 minutes already. As you can tell, this is an area that I'm very passionate about and want to support you. So please reach out, ask questions, share in the comment box any of your experiences, but please go ahead and read chapter 1 for this week and use the practices in there to test them out on your students. There's one, I think, called Mindful Wait Time. So I'll ask you in next week's questions, which I will post in my NEA, a couple of thought-provoking questions. How did your week go when you tried this? What happened? So again, this is just our welcome video. Please read chapter 1. And then next Sunday, I will post the questions for week 1, followed by your week 2 video and your shorter 5 minutes or less video. So with that, I hope you all have a great week. Please take good care of yourselves, and please be patient with yourselves as we go through this process. And like anything in life, you will get out what you put in. So my hope is that you put in an effort that is something that you can be proud of, because I know as adults, we're kind of ingrained in our patterns, but do this for you, do this for your students, and I will see you all next week. Take care.